Hey, Brian from Snake Bites here. We're going to take you guys on a journey today as if you were actually here at BHB. We're going to show you some snakes that I'm really excited about and hopefully a few that you haven't seen from us before. You're watching Snake Bites. When people come to visit, you know, it's always cool to show them all the animals that I'm super excited about, because you got to remember, we work with them each and every day, and they just become kind of another cage until someone gets over and we can actually get excited about it. So I'm going to show you as many things as I possibly can, like this pastel super chocolate, which is really cool. I'm actually breeding this guy to a chocolate spinner, and I think that's going to be really cool because I can actually produce chocolate spinner blasts and all kinds of different combinations. So I'm pretty stoked about that project, not to mention eventually get into a super pastel chocolate, which I think is going to be a really cool animal. We're doing a lot of stuff with chocolates, and again, I just really like the normal chocolate ball pythons, but I think the chocolate pins are really cool, and of course the chocolate to the chocolate pin is what ultimately produces the camo ball, and the camo balls are just ridiculous. And of course I have a really soft spot in my heart for pinstripe ball pythons. After all, we were the first people to ever produce them, and this is really the animal that started my ball python collection on a huge level, and there's been so many cool mutations that I'm going to show you as we go through this collection. Oh, gotta show you this. This thing is so cool. This is actually a super pastel pewter bee. So it's a black pastel actually. So it's a super pastel, black pastel, and spider ball python all in one. And I tell you what, he's been a breeding machine. We're taking him to all kinds of cool stuff. I'm really excited about what we're gonna end up coming out with that mutation. So it's really cool. So we were talking about camo ball pythons, and I would have to show you this animal. This is actually a pastel camo. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I love the camos, but as soon as that pastel came in, wow, this animal just exploded, and I can't wait to see what a super pastel camo is going to look like. That's for a future year for sure. I got to show you at least a couple baby ball pythons. I could be in this ball python room all day long. One of the animals that's probably my favorite animal that I actually produced this year is these ghost Mojave spiders. They just glow. I tell you what, I don't know how good they're going to look on film, but I'm telling you in person, these things are on fire. They're fantastic. Check this animal out. This is one sweet animal. I tell you what, this is actually a Theri. And these guys are actually albino Ruthven Theri crosses, which are just incredible. I mean, it's like a little pink snake. I am so excited to work with this animal. It's probably one of the prettiest colubrid snakes that I work with. And mandarin rat snakes, how beautiful of a snake is this? This is actually a naturally occurring color phase from an Asian rat snake. These are old world rat snakes. They get about this big, a little bit larger possibly, but they lay about 6 or 7 eggs. Fantastic animals. What's really cool is these guys hatch in about 40 days, which is about 20 days shorter than most colubrids. So it's kind of a super cool thing. You get a clutch of eggs, and the next thing you know, you have babies right down the road. You guys know I love corn snakes. I tell you what, I love stuff like these hypo sun-kissed corns. These are actually Okeetee sun-kissed. I mean, they're just so beautiful. I tell you what, we actually have a bunch of different things going on in this particular thing. Like we have Motleys that are really ridiculous looking, and we actually improved some Anuthristics this year that are really, really awesome. So again, a project in corn snake. There's so many different corn snakes. You guys know that I love that stuff. These albino king rats, we've showed these before in the show, and I tell you what, they're a phenomenal animal. As a baby, these guys actually remind me of little cobras because they've got that huge head that's really scaled. It's just an awesome animal. You can see that these guys in hibernation are not that happy. You see it's hissing like crazy. You gotta watch out. He wants to turn around and bite me anytime, so I think I'm gonna put it back and let it go back to sleep. This is a pretty cool animal. This is actually a striped no block eye. These are Tarahumara mountain king snakes, and this is actually a striped version. It's actually co-dominant, so we've produced fully striped animals from this offspring. This is the original male that we have, and we have a handful of these coming up. So hopefully in the next couple years we'll be able to start marketing these guys. There's so many corn snakes and cool things I want to show you guys, but I want to move over to an Amazon tree boa. I tell you what, these guys are amazing. This girl here is actually in shed, and she's actually like, I mean, she's like Coke bottle red when she sheds out, and she's really awesome, and I can't wait to work with stuff. And I have a bunch of different color phases. You can see this guy's like really bright yellow. And these guys aren't the tamest of snakes in the world, but you can see they're actually not that bad if you handle them, and they're going to be awesome. We have a bunch of breeders this year that I hope will produce a bunch of really cool animals. Here's something I got to show you guys. These are actually iridescent calcates, and as you can see, this thing is a little monster. I tell you what, for a little tiny snake, you wouldn't think it would have such an attitude. The thing wants to to bite me so bad. Look at that thing go after me. But we call them iridescent tails because you can actually almost see through them, and they have this kind of glimmer to them. They're really awesome. There's not very many of them around. We're just starting to work on these guys, and I just can't believe how crazy that darn thing is. As it's definitely got an appetite that's a little bigger than it is, and now I can't get it off my finger, which is not a good thing. I want to show you guys a couple hognose snakes. I have to show you hognose snakes because I love them so much. This is actually not a western hognose snake, but these are so cool. They call them tricolored hognose snakes. They still have that same kind of upturned nose, not quite as prevalent as a western hognose, but other than that, they have the same body type as a western hognose, and just a really cool animal. One day I'm sure someone will take these into westerns and start getting all the color phases as well. These anacondas are really fantastic too. They're really polymorphic. Some have a lot less pattern and some have more pattern, but you can see the basically blotches down their back, and that's why they got their name anaconda hog. And of course the super version, which is so cool, has no pattern whatsoever, and that's what we're shooting for, and we hope we'll be able to produce some of those super condas this year because they're absolutely fantastic. Tell you what guys, I could spend the entire day just going around showing you guys animals because I get so excited about all the projects that we're working on, but you know what, this is a 10-minute show and it's about time for me to end it here.
Welcome back to Snake Bites Jeopardy, where our contestants' knowledge is tested and their wrong answers result in consequences.
We're going to ask these individuals questions, and each time they get one wrong, they will then be blindfolded, and I will drop this paperclip into a cage. We have 3 different cages, each one with a more aggressive snake. They must retrieve the paperclip out of the cage. They could get bit, they could not. First one that gets 3 wrong answers loses.
Question number 1. How many species of snakes are there in the world?
327.
George?
I would say 325.
The answer is over 2,700.
Go slow. Maybe they won't look.
Whoa.
Question number 2. Name one type of venom of snakes.
Well, I'm gonna say hemotoxin, you guys.
And I think I got this one, the old anaphylactic.
The answer is neurotoxin or hemotoxin.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Next question. From what country is the largest boa constrictor from? A. Peru, B. Brazil, or C. Colombia?
I will go with A, Peru.
I am gonna go with C, Colombia.
The answer is A. Peru.
Oh, you're right.
Champ is here!
Next question. What is the world's most deadliest snake, not the most dangerous? A. Inland taipan, B. Saw-scaled viper, or C. Death adder?
I'm gonna go with C, Death Adder.
I'm gonna go with the Thailand viper.
The answer is A. Inland taipan.
George, you're not even in the box.
Ooh! Ooh! Oh. I'm in the belly of the beast.
The belly of the
I'm here to declare the winner again in this Snake Bites Jeopardy, Chewy,
the champ.
the champ.
For For this week's Comment of the Week on the Snake Defense episode, the question was, what are you looking for in 2010? And Blinks5445 said,
make a little money, get a few reptiles, and not get punched in the balls by the head bar check. LOL, great episode, guys.
Yeah, trust me, there is no doubt you don't want to be on that end with Lori. I've been there many times. Until next time, you guys keep sending me creative comments. I'm going to feature you on a future episode.
All right, guys, it's Kyle's question of the week. Now, this question's a little bit off base, but something that's really been annoying me lately. It has to do with lawsuits. Now, over the years, I've heard of some ridiculous lawsuits, like suing McDonald's because you got fat, or suing Captain Crunch because he found out that Crunch berries weren't a real fruit, or a robber suing a store because he got shot by the owner in the process of robbing it. I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous. I want to know from you guys if you've heard of any of these ridiculous lawsuits, or if you've actually been sued yourself or sued somebody else. Let me know. Text or video comment below.
So there it is, a peek at the collection. I hope you guys saw a few snakes that I haven't shown before, and trust me, if you ever come to visit me, I'll keep you captivated for hours showing you things that I'm really excited about. And speaking about excited, I'm going to be down in Australia for a reptile show at the end of April and early May. If you guys are from down under, I want you guys to go ahead and make a comment below or contact me and tell me what cool things I can do when I'm down there visiting you guys. Until next time, this has been Snake Bites.